Hisense has emerged as one of the fastest-growing television and appliance manufacturers globally, but questions about long-term reliability persist among consumers and technicians alike. Examining actual repair data reveals patterns that every potential buyer should understand before making a purchase decision. Hisense operates as a Chinese multinational manufacturer that has aggressively expanded its market share over the past decade. The company positions itself in the budget to mid-range segment, offering feature-rich products at prices significantly lower than established competitors like Samsung, LG, and Sony. This pricing strategy has attracted millions of customers worldwide, but it also raises important questions about the trade-offs between cost and durability. Long-term repair data from independent service centers and warranty claim databases shows distinct patterns in Hisense product failures. Television models manufactured between 2017 and 2020 demonstrate a higher-than-average failure rate within the first 3 to 5 years of ownership compared to premium brands. The failure curve for Hisense products tends to spike earlier in the product life cycle, with a notable increase in issues appearing between years 2 and 4, rather than the more gradual degradation seen in higher-end manufacturers. The most significant reliability concern centers on mainboard failures, which account for approximately 30 to 40% of all major repairs required on Hisense televisions. The mainboard, also known as the logic board or motherboard, serves as the central processing unit of modern televisions, controlling everything from image processing to smart features and input management. When this component fails, the television typically becomes completely non-functional or exhibits severe operational problems. Analysis of failed mainboards reveals several recurring issues. Capacitor degradation represents one of the most common failure modes, where electrolytic capacitors on the power supply section of the mainboard deteriorate prematurely. These components are essential for voltage regulation and filtering, and their failure can cause the television to fail to power on, experience random shutdowns, or display distorted images. The quality of capacitors used in budget electronics often differs substantially from those in premium products, with lower-grade components having shorter operational lifespans and reduced tolerance for heat stress. Thermal management problems contribute significantly to mainboard failures in Hisense products. Many models utilize compact chassis designs with limited ventilation, causing heat to accumulate around critical components. Over time, this thermal stress accelerates the degradation of solder joints, integrated circuits, and passive components. Technicians frequently report finding discolored circuit boards and components showing clear signs of heat damage when examining failed units. The problem becomes more pronounced in larger screen sizes, where higher power consumption generates additional heat within the same constrained spaces. Another pattern emerges in the quality of solder joints on Hisense mainboards. Cold solder joints and insufficient solder application create weak connections that can fail under thermal cycling as the television heats up during operation and cools down when powered off. This thermal expansion and contraction eventually causes these marginal connections to break, resulting in intermittent or complete failure. Professional repair technicians note that reflowing solder joints can temporarily restore functionality, but this indicates a fundamental manufacturing quality issue rather than normal wear and tear. The integrated circuits and processors used in Hisense mainboards generally come from reputable suppliers, but the supporting circuitry and power delivery systems often utilize lower specification components. This creates a situation where the primary chips may be robust, but failures occur in the surrounding infrastructure that supports them. Power regulation circuits, in particular, show higher failure rates, leading to situations where voltage spikes or irregularities damage multiple components simultaneously. Comparing Hisense reliability data with other manufacturers provides important context. Premium brands like Sony and Samsung demonstrate mainboard failure rates approximately 50 to 60% lower than Hisense over a 5-year period. Mid-tier brands such as TCL and Vizio show failure rates more comparable to Hisense, suggesting that price point correlates strongly with component quality and long-term reliability. However, even within the budget category, some manufacturers demonstrate better quality control and component selection than others. Geographic variations in reliability also appear in the data. Hisense products sold in certain markets show different failure patterns, potentially due to variations in manufacturing facilities, quality control standards, or component sourcing for different regions. Models manufactured for the North American market sometimes differ in specifications and component quality from those produced for other regions, though the overall reliability trends remain consistent across markets. The cost of mainboard replacement presents a significant economic consideration for consumers. When a mainboard fails outside the warranty period, replacement costs typically range from $200 to $500 for parts and labor, depending on the model and screen size. For budget televisions that may have cost between $300 and $800 new, this repair expense often exceeds the economic value of the repair, leading many consumers to replace rather than repair their failed units. This creates a cycle of electronic waste and raises questions about the true cost of ownership for budget electronics. Warranty claim data reveals that Hisense experiences higher claim rates during the standard one-year warranty period compared to premium manufacturers. This suggests that quality control issues and infant mortality failures occur more frequently. Extended warranty purchases become particularly relevant for Hisense products, as the probability of requiring a major repair within 3 to 5 years significantly exceeds that of higher-end alternatives. The mathematics of extended warranty value changes substantially when baseline failure rates increase. Environmental factors influence reliability outcomes for all electronics, but budget products with tighter thermal margins show greater sensitivity to operating conditions. Hisense televisions operated in hot environments, poorly ventilated spaces, or areas with unstable electrical power demonstrate accelerated failure rates. The reduced engineering margins in budget products mean less tolerance for suboptimal conditions that premium products might handle without issue. Software and firmware quality also impacts perceived reliability. While not strictly a hardware failure, software bugs, slow performance, and compatibility issues with streaming services create reliability concerns for users. Hisense smart television platforms receive less frequent updates compared to premium brands, and older models may lose support for certain applications or features relatively quickly. This software obsolescence can render a physically functional television less useful over time. The repair ecosystem for Hisense products presents additional challenges. Replacement parts availability varies significantly by region and model. Some mainboards become difficult or impossible to source within 2 to 3 years of a model's discontinuation, effectively making certain failures unrepairable. This contrasts with premium manufacturers that typically maintain parts availability for 7 to 10 years. The limited availability of authorized service centers in some regions further complicates repair options for consumers. Consumer usage patterns interact with inherent reliability characteristics to determine actual lifespan outcomes. Light users who operate their televisions a few hours daily may experience satisfactory longevity, even from products with higher baseline failure rates. Heavy users who run their televisions 8 to 12 hours daily will accelerate wear on all components, making the quality differences between budget and premium products more apparent in shorter timeframes. The data suggests that Hisense reliability falls within acceptable parameters for budget electronics, but consumers should calibrate their expectations accordingly. These products offer substantial value in terms of features and performance per dollar spent, but this value comes with trade-offs in component quality, manufacturing precision, and long-term durability. Understanding these trade-offs allows consumers to make informed decisions based on their specific needs, usage patterns, and risk tolerance. For consumers considering Hisense products, the reliability data indicates several practical implications. Purchasing extended warranty coverage becomes more economically rational given the elevated failure probabilities. Ensuring proper ventilation and stable power delivery can mitigate some reliability risks. Setting realistic expectations about product lifespan, perhaps 3 to 5 years rather than 7 to 10, aligns better with observed performance data. For secondary televisions, guest rooms, or situations where replacement cost matters less than initial savings, Hisense products may represent reasonable choices despite reliability concerns. The broader industry context reveals that Hisense reliability issues reflect systematic differences in manufacturing philosophy and target market positioning rather than isolated quality problems. The company optimizes for initial cost and feature set rather than long-term durability, a strategy that succeeds in capturing market share among price-sensitive consumers, but results in the reliability patterns observed in repair data. This represents a deliberate business model rather than an oversight or failure. Ultimately, the truth about Hisense reliability emerges clearly from long-term repair data. These products demonstrate higher failure rates, particularly mainboard failures compared to premium alternatives. The failures occur earlier in the product lifecycle and often prove uneconomical to repair. However, the significantly lower purchase price means that even with reduced longevity, the cost per year of ownership may remain competitive with more expensive options. The key lies in understanding these realities and making purchasing decisions with accurate information about probable outcomes rather than assumptions based on premium product expectations applied to budget pricing.